Howdy folks, and welcome to 15 Nautical Mile Arc. Today we are in England, and I realized this is the first time I've ever been in England in X-Plane. I used to spend a lot of time in UK in general and FSX back when I would spend a lot of time in Scotland going through the hills and mountains there. But this is the first time I've been here in X-Plane, so this would be kind of cool. This is HD Mesh version 3, but it is default scenery, so we're going to have a lot of the Americanized style buildings in England. You just can't get around that right now unless you invest in some hefty scenery. In fact, I'm not even sure what is out there right now for non-US scenery to be authentic. I know there's some libraries I have installed for that type of thing, but I don't think we're going to see that in this region. Anyway, we are just southeast of Manchester right now at a little regional airport or county airport or whatever they call it, called Manchester-Woodford. So Manchester is actually off that direction, and we are outside of like the suburban area. And the reason why we're here is we're going to fly to a little tiny town called Tintwistle. And the reason for that is because I spend a lot of time in Metafilter chat on the internet, and the city or town of Tintwistle comes up a lot for various reasons, which I won't go into. But I thought, hey, why not just check it out? Check out some default scenery in the UK and just have a shot at it. So we'll be heading over to just the base of these mountains. There's like a national park there, or whatever the equivalent is in terminology for England. I took out the Beaver today. I haven't flown this thing in a really long time. This used to be the only aircraft I'd fly for a while back when I was starting to get into payware aircraft. This was the one. But it's been a long time. I also haven't landed a tail dragger in a while. I know my previous video was the Mustang, but that was kind of I don't know, that was more for fun than serious. So this will be the first time I've seriously flown a tail dragger in a while, so we'll see how this goes. I had this thing down polished, but I'm not really expecting a polished landing. But hey, well, let's not worry about that. We have a lot of flight ahead of us. So a lot of 2D airport here, a lot of default scenery, not much else going on. So let's just hop in and get going. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this here. First of all, I'm going to shut my back door using that, but I'll shut my front door using this. And the sound's a little bit behind. Okay, that's just how it is. See my props back there. This should be all right. Oh boy, I was going to take out my cheat sheet checklist, but I wanted to see what I could remember on my own. So first of all, we need to move this tank to, let's do center. And then we have to go down here, and we have to pump it up, if I remember. No, I think do we need a battery first? I think we need a battery first. There's a battery here somewhere. There we go. Now we'll pump it up, I think. So you want to pump, okay, so I'm looking at, where's my gauge? I'm looking at this gauge here. I'm going to pump this up until, my mouse isn't moving far enough, until that thing gets to that green line. A couple more. Alright, good enough. There's a primer down here somewhere. Prime that 3 times. And mixture all the way up, props a little bit, throttle a little bit. Actually, I think props have to be all the way up in this model. And I think we go to bow, no, starter, and then both. And I think we are running. Look at that. Nice. I remember. It's been a good, I don't know, couple months, I guess. Whenever the last video was of this was the last time I've flown this. I haven't done any flying in between of this thing. So yeah, a couple months, 6 months maybe. Alright, now that that's warming up, let's get the rest of this going here. Pitot heat, beacon and nav. Let's turn the map light, and then cabin lights. Can't remember how to turn those things on. Instrument lights, there we go. Turn instrument lights. And we'll do landing lights since we're taking off from the runway. Radios are already on. Let's go over to the radios. Okay, so we're going to follow VOR 113.55. Nope, must be the little ones. 113.55, and we will use an ADF at 380. So change that to 0. Now we got to find the middle one. There you go. Alright, ADF on the way back, nav on the way out. So on the way out, what we're going to do... What's going on here? What we're going to do... is we're going to follow the VOR to what? 60 degrees outbound. So there's 60 degrees outbound. So we're going to head out, take off runway heading, immediately turn north until we catch this VOR 60 degrees. And then we'll follow that until we get to these water reservoirs in the shape of an L. And right when we approach the water reservoir, we should see a little tiny village, and that would be Tintwistle. Oh, we need, let's see, this cab, this carb, yeah, we want to turn that down once we get going here. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go. I mean, I think this, you know, it's only a few minutes to set this thing up. Keep props full. Let me get my views memory. So 1 is going to be straight ahead, 2 will be instruments, 3 is going to be, that's for starting, 4 is radio, 5 looks out the window, great. 6, I don't even need 6 ever now that I have a big monitor. This was back when I was using a tiny monitor, I had to zoom in on everything. Oh, autopilot, okay. 7 is cheat, 8 is... Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to keep an eye on all these temperatures. Everything has to be in the green, especially this one. Okay, that's good to remember. And then what's this? That's the primer. And there's another window. So 5 and 0 are window views, and then 1 is straight ahead. Okay, that's good enough. All right, I think we're just going to get some flaps on and take off here. The flaps catch up. Okay, here we go. I admit I'm pretty nervous because I had the... Whoops. Whoa. What is that? Let's try that again. There we go. I admit I'm nervous because I used to have this plane polished. Whoa, where's my rudder? There we go. I used to have this thing polished, and kind of nervous it's going to be kind of rough. Wow, what's going on here? Anyway. Alright. Looks very nice though. This is really nice scenery. Again, this is version 3 mesh. But everything else is default. I also turned on the clouds pretty heavy today because I'm kind of sick of flying with clear skies. Wow, this looks really good. There's a little passenger train down there. Oh, it's so pretty. Alright, let's get rid of other flaps here. Oh, that's how my truck just appeared in that neighborhood. Yeah, I know we're flying pretty low, but I immediately started sightseeing. Alright, we gotta head north here so we can catch that VOR. We're gonna end up running into the state park and missing our city, and I don't know how to find the way back, so let's just head north until we connect with the VOR. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn my radio on. Hang on, let me go north and I'll set it up. I was wondering why we didn't catch a VOR yet. I mean, we're right next to it. Let's see, go here, we gotta turn this on, right? There we go. How do I turn that on? It's all crashing. There we go. Okay. There, now the VOR's on. We should be able to see Manchester from here. If you're wondering about why it's so dense with the cities, we are in the suburbs of Manchester. If they call them suburbs in England, I don't know what they're called in England. Let me get back north and then I'll do an outside view here. There we go. Alright, so we'll stay right here till we intersect with that VOR. There we go. Densely populated area, quite urban. Looking for Manchester Airport. There it is. Right there. It's only a 2D airport. There are a bunch of UK airports modeled in the sim by Aerosoft, but not that one. And our airport is there under the wing. Some nice scenery. This inspires me to go back and do a bunch of Scotland flying. I used to do that a lot in FSX. Alright, we're about to connect already with the VOR. Then we'll turn to 60 degrees, which we'll do now. And we'll just follow this till we get to the water reservoir. And I think I see it right up there already. Better turn down some engines here so we don't overheat and start on fire, because you do need to manage your engines in this aircraft. And turn back the props a little bit, so that's in the green. I'm looking at the gauges in the center of the console there. Props are in the green. I don't need to worry about this yet. Let's see what number was that again. Why are we what? We're supposed to be in the... Oh, carb heat. There we go. That should take care of that. Alright. We will start on fire if that gauge down there below is not in the green soon. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, Tintwistle should be right here, because there's the water reservoirs. This should be the town of Tintwistle. I'm really nervous about that. Now it's coming down. Okay. In fact, we'll slow down a little bit here. We're really low to the ground. We're not even 2,000 feet up. So there's some stuff modeled there. I do have tree lines and farms installed. Okay, let's check out that gauge again. Now we're coming down nicely. What number would I say that was? 5, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8, 8. Looking nice. Pretty good for default. Yep, so this has to be Tintwistle right here. There's a reservoir, the L shape. That has to be it. Little tiny village just before this national park, which is right here. I want to come down and get a wingtip view here without crashing into our terrain, and then I think we'll go over those hills and come back. There we go, the city of Tintwistle, or village, or whatever. I wonder if there's a waterfall here in real life. See how the train drops down quite a bit? Alright, let's climb. First set of flaps to climb. See how that works. Slows you down, but you can really climb that way. I believe you climb about 80 knots in this aircraft. That is quite the sudden change of terrain, isn't it? Let's see. I'll make sure I'm climbing here, and then I'll look back through the side window. We're coming up in the clouds too. That's really cool. There we go. We're plenty above our terrain. There's Tintwistle. And Manchester off in the background. Yeah, there has to be a waterfall there. I'm going to look that up at some point. And before you know it, we are in the park. Okay, let's get rid of those flaps so that we flatten out, get some speed back. And bring back my throttle a little bit so we don't overheat. Oh, yeah, we got to dial back a little bit more so we don't turn in the red there. So if you look at how the train dips down for this river carved out there, this must be just stunning in real life. Look at this. I mean, this is stunning in the sim. In real life, this just has to be absolutely amazing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go here, and I'm just gonna have to go here someday. I've never been anywhere besides Canada, the United States. I want to go to England, but I don't want to go to London. I'm looking for my other view. There it is. Wow, look at that. Wow. I don't want to go to London. I don't want to go to touristy stuff. I want to go somewhere like this when I visit England someday. Look at that. Let's just enjoy that a moment and hope I don't crash, because I'm not on autopilot. That's just amazing. Better check my temperatures here. In the green, makes me give a little bit more throttle. Well, they're moving along a pretty good clip. I don't think I need to. Let me look out the other window. Oh, this is great. I'm excited to visit Scotland now in the sim, because it looks so nice in FSX, and this is already just light years. This is already well above that quality. Nice having the cloud cover too. I like this level of cloud cover. Look at that. I can only imagine what this looks like in person. See the highways going through there. A little village. Alright, well, let's turn around, because, you know, the farther out we go, the farther we have to come back, and I don't want this to be a marathon video. So let's just head back. I think that's why my frame rates are dipping below 20, because the clouds are so thick. If I had clear skies, we'd be in the 40s at least, but I don't know, gotta get over the frame rate thing. Alright, so now we are going to head back and look for that ADF, or that NBB, to get back. Yeah, turn my ADF back on. So if you look over here to the right, you can see Manchester and the surrounding area, and then the park in front of us. Let's see, I gotta turn on my ADF, I think. I think that's gonna work. Yep. Kicked in, we're pointing right at it. Look at that. That's a pretty good guess. Either it's not working or we're pointing right at it. I'm pretty sure we're pointing right at it. Go. I cannot get enough of this. What a pleasant surprise. Then you have the added nuances like the dirt on the windows of the aircraft. And we have our somewhat heavy cloud cover up above us. Oh, that's just great. Look at that. I wonder what that river must look like in person. How are temperatures looking? In the green. There we go, looking down over Tintwistle, right at the edge of the park. And over to the right we see Manchester area again. I can't really get in between. There you go. Remember, this is all default now. It is HD3 mesh, but otherwise everything else is default in terms of scenery. And I find this completely 100% satisfying. Look at that, looking over the city of Manchester, the village of Tintwistle, and other surrounding communities. Little river going through there. I have to do some research into that as well. We are dropping quite fast. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. have an outside view again. That's great. We're lower than the surrounding terrain. Oh, that looks neat over there off in the distance above the wing. What do we have for greater Manchester area? Oh yeah, looking good. Alright, time to get serious and focus on where we're going here. I'm watching my ADF card down there. I keep having these long stutters. That's not normal for me in the sim. So we'll want to land in the same direction we took off. So we'll follow this ADF and then we'll join left traffic. And then we'll land from there. I believe I see the runway right up here. So you just follow our ADF right here. And the NDB is right on the airfield. So just keep pointing at it until we're close enough to join traffic, and then we'll join traffic and land. This just looks great. People complain about default scenery in any sim, but I've been flying sims for a very long time, and I remember, well, I was going to say when payware, I mean, payware hasn't been around that long compared to how long sims have been around, but even the first payware stuff was nowhere near this level of default now, so I just have no complaints. I can tell if you're a young simmer, early teens, and FSX or Prepared or X-Plane is your first sim. Yeah, I can see why you complain about it compared to the payware out there today, but man, if you're from my generation, I mean, no money would buy anything like that 15 years ago. No way. Even 10 years ago. What was my first sim was, well, the first sim that I took seriously was FS 2004, I believe. So we're talking 12, 13 years ago. But yeah, switching over to X-Plane was the best thing I've ever done. So it's too bad those buildings down there are Americanized, but so be it. It's still fantastic. Just fantastic. Look at that. They have the density right. So there's the airfield there. So we will join left traffic in a moment. Oh, that's just so beautiful. That's so nice. Okay. Well, we need to line up for our landing and see if I can grease this thing like I used to be able to. So those silos just off the nose there, that's part of the Tree Lines and Farms add-on, which is freeware. Same place as the HD3 mesh. There's another farm right in the middle of the airfield. 2 farms in the middle of the airfield. Again, this is 2D modeled, so it's probably modeled on X-Plane 9, maybe 10.3, so there weren't exclusion zones. If I cared, I could go into it myself and get rid of and add exclusion zones, but I'm not going to fly here that much. I am definitely going to be doing some more UK stuff, though. Wow, this is just, oh my goodness. This is just too nice. Some more farms, huh? Alright, oh, there's Manchester over there. Actual Manchester Airport. Alright, let's Oh, there's freeway. What do they call that? A1 or something? Motorway, carriageway. Let's see, can we see the airport? There it is. I was going to say I need to put gear down, but no gear in this aircraft. There's roundabout. Oh, that's awesome. Roundabouts in England and Europe are awesome. Roundabouts in the United States, not so much because they make them way too small generally, although they're getting better. It props all the way forward. We need to bleed off some speed here. First set of flaps. Second set of flaps will float up. Expected. Third set of flaps for landing. Give us some throttle. Okay, wish me luck. I figure if I don't crash, that's great. If I bounce 3 times or fewer, that's great. I don't expect to grease this thing though. Not on purpose, by the way, but not that. He bounced once. There we go. Just one bounce, not so bad. There's my rudder control. Alright, I don't know where we're going here. Can we make that? Nope. So now I gotta go to the next one. I could just spin around, I guess. Let's see. Sorry, guys. And gals, I'm just going to use this view. I don't know this airport. If I knew the airport, I wouldn't do this, but I don't know the airport and I want to see the scenery. Alright, I'm not going to park at the farm, I'm going to park over here. Alright. Oh, I didn't turn my landing lights back on, did I? Oh well. Yeah, that's some nice scenery too. There we go. I assume those cement V's you see are buildings in real life, so we'll just park there. This is a nice little airport. Nice little airport, nice scenery. I should fly out of here more often. Alright. Let's just stop right here. Alright, set the parking brake, kill fuel, props, and we'll watch the replays in a minute here. We don't need the nav light, these lights, anything like here. Let's see. Gosh, I could have put that back before we landed. Oh well. Fuel off. Have to go this way. Ignition off. Come on. Turn all that off. Everything else is off. Nope. Turn this off. Open up a door to get some fresh air in here, and let's check out a replay. Alright, so we're coming in kind of steep, but I want to avoid that tree, which we did successfully. So I try to be realistic about that. So here I meant to pull back and float a little bit because I didn't want to hit too hard. So that was on purpose. That bounce though wasn't. Only one bounce though. Good. I'm happy with that one. Let's check out our runway view. So coming out over that tree, which I guess we were pretty far from that tree. Pretty far from the center line too, actually. But, there's the float and there's the bounce. Cool. Good. Let's go back to real time. Alright, so we're back. We made it safely. We didn't crash the Beaver. We only bounced the Beaver. Nothing wrong with bouncing the Beaver, I guess. Quick flight, very, very satisfying though. I really, really, really enjoyed that flight. I think I might do this flight several times off camera though. I don't need to remake the same video, but this is nice. This airport is going to go on my little whiteboard for future flights. I'm going to check out that side of that park too. Maybe we'll start on the other side of the park and fly this way or something. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe, tell your friends. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.